Hello, Purple Rosa here, and I'm continuing on in Blackwood. I have come to the Stonewastes down here, and yeah, this is a Argonian village. I guess on the border where the Naga, because I think the Naga live here. So this village just has to be right on the border. Looks like they've been attacked.
Another outsider. Our village is under attack, outsider. If you can't help, then leave.
Under attack by the Naga?
Hey there, Ojel. A strange moment to wander into the Stonewastes, I have to say. But perhaps you have lucky timing. You can see that our village has crashed upon some rough rocks. We won't survive much longer without a strong hand to aid us.
What's troubling you?
A total zilnek of a warlord called Nazosa moved his people into our ruins nearby. They raid the village for supplies, but we don't have any defenses. In times past, Stonewastes was protected by the Four Winds, but they went their separate ways.
Where did they go?
After a big argument, they disbanded. 3 moved to the outskirts of the village, and 1 stayed. She died during a raid by Nazosa's people. We need the Winds to come back together. Can you talk to them? Convince them to return, and I'll pay you.
So they must just be a group of warriors? Convince the remaining Winds to join forces and remove Naxosa.
Oh, good, good. Slivers of bright sun might poke through this storm with your help. Let's start with Elosi, the sudden gust. She lives on the outskirts of town in a hut to the northwest. I should join you so that she doesn't kill you on sight.
Can you tell me about Naxosa's bandits?
As a guess, I would say they are Lutilio, sharp-eyed people. A petty tribe who revel in preying on other Argonians. They build nothing, but have no problem leeching off others to survive. May their spirits never find dirt.
What about the warlord Naxosa?
Oh, he is a vicious, cackling hyena. The first time I saw him, I swear, his eyes were as black as a well. Quick with a blade, too. He made the first blow when Satul Sa fell. I will never forget his laugh as she bled. Like I said, a total Zilnek.
Tell me more about the Four Winds.
Of course. Makes sense you would want to know more. The Four Winds have always wandered this region, defending villages from bandits and such. Ever since our ancestors erected the first hut, 4 warriors with unique skills have roamed the marsh.
Oh, they live forever?
No. When the wind dies, the title passes to another of their choosing. There's a big celebration with drinks and dancing. And little bonding, if you understand. We treasure the 4 Winds. I do not know why they abandoned us.
Uh-huh. Can you tell me more about the living winds?
Well, I already mentioned Elosi, the sudden gust. She glides upon her prey better than the quietest hackwing. Then there is Mirta, the Zephyr Eternal, a practitioner of old Argonian magics. Not very sociable, so do not let him get to you.
And the others?
Otumi Ra, the unrelenting gale. Stronger than an ox and tougher than a Hajmota. Fun at parties, too. A much nimbler dancer than you would expect. Then there was Satul Sa, the steady breath. The only one to stay here and protect us. But no more.
How did Satul Sa die?
When those bandits first came to raid our village, she fought them off easily. We thought that was the end of it. But soon they returned, and something had changed. They cut her down like a rotted tree. We have not been free of them since.
Maybe they found some power? Tell me about yourself.
Well, I used to be the local blacksmith. I do good work, nothing special. But it keeps the village doors from falling off and the tools sharp. Since Nazosa, though, all I can do is patch up the injured after a raid. There is nothing left to smith.
Have you considered fighting back yourself?
Of course I have, Ojel. Do you think I can see the wreckage of my village and not feel a fire in my gut? But I am no warrior. I am a smith. It is good to know who you are, even if it brings limitations.
True. Not everyone can fight. Maybe these raiders found the other winds?
I'll be right by your side.
Oh. So, hopefully we'll at least find a few alive. Why did they abandon the village? The job to protect it.
Huzzah!
I mean, they could have passed on their power to someone else, if that's how that works. Ah.
It doesn't look like she's home. Let's see if we can figure out where she went.
Hope she's alive.
Nowhere to be seen. But all her belongings look like she was just here. You know, a less confident Argonian might start to take this personally.
Do you have any idea where she might be?
Not off the top of my head, but she can't be too far. It looks like she was just preparing a meal here, so perhaps she went looking for herbs? Let's search around. I think I know a spot.
Lead the way.
Ah, Elosi, we weren't doing anything.
You bring a stranger into my home, Noozle?
He did.
An outsider entering my home unbidden seeks death. You only live because the annoying blacksmith who joins you is familiar to me. But this pause is a temporary state. Speak then. What is so urgent that you would break into my home?
The village needs your help. Bandits have taken everything they own.
Distressing news. It seems my great fear has come to pass. Where then is Satul Sa? She would never leave the villages undefended. Even once we decided our time was at an end, she insisted on staying.
Warlord named Naxhosa killed her. The village is undefended.
Dead? Satul Sa? She was the smartest and wisest of us all. This is impossible. And yet, since Noozle brought you, it must be true. The consequences of my selfish choice meant the death of my dear friend. Such a bitter lesson.
So will you help?
You shall have my aid, if you perform a simple task. When I retired, I buried my blades deep in the ground. Go north to the ruins, retrieve them for me so that I may avenge Satul Sa. Be warned, as I made certain they are well protected.
I understand.
My daggers represented a life I thought I left behind. If you are serious about my help, find them, bring them back, and I will become the sudden gust once more.
Why did you give up the daggers?
You asked to hear a long tale, one that I do not wish to tell, and may not have the right to tell. Be satisfied with this. A tree is not merely its trunk or branches or roots. it is also its seed. And so a tree without seeds is nothing at all.
True. But it seems the village still has need of you.
Indeed, so it does. I may have failed it, but I cannot change the past. I can, however, change its future. With my weapons, I can fight this Nezosa and defend the Stonewastes once more.
Hope they're still there, the daggers. What if Nahosa found them?
I'll follow right along behind you.
Because Nuxel said something changed when they came back, which is when that Four Winds warrior died.
These ruins look uninviting. Let's be careful.
Well, they're digging, so maybe he found the daggers. So are they here? Oh.
Well, a cache of daggers in the ruins. They must be Elosi's.
So, you have skills. Even if you did let me sneak up on you. Let's speak.
You followed us?
Your test is complete, and with barely a scale out of place. Impressive. Do you like my blades? The hilt is Kaguti bone, and Mirta himself enchanted them. Back when I could tolerate the withered toad.
Will you use them to aid the village?
Of course I will. I was always going to. But I needed to see if you could fight by my side. Also, I wanted to finish my meal. I will meet you in the village center, unless you need something more from me.
I want to find the other winds. Do you know where they are?
I see. You wish to bring us all back together. Well, a promise was made, and I will keep it. Go southeast to find the dingy hovel where Mirta resides. Look beneath the dirt and rock, and you'll find him. Just don't tell him I sent you.
I won't. My lips are sealed. So, we got 1, 2 more to go. Okay, she said on the ground.
I had heard that Mirta retreated to a cavern for solitude and study. Let's look near there and see if we can find any clues.
Found it. It's not very hidden.
These ruins, like nothing I've seen. Perhaps more in the ruins.
So, these raiders, what's your name? Nuxel said they took up in some ruins nearby. Maybe they found something in the ruins?
Do these runes have the same derivation? Maybe if I replace... Wait. What? Who are you? Why are you interrupting me? Leave here immediately! Oh, you brought that dusty blacksmith from the village? You must need something.
Bandits threaten Stonewastes. Satul Sa is dead. We request your help.
That sounds like a whole bunch of not my business. Can't you see I am busy with my studies here? I don't have time to involve myself in the toils of others. Satul Sa brought this on herself. Had she any sense of reason, she'd be alive.
Jeez, just chill. The village needs you. They'll be overrun without aid.
Was I not clear? Have Nixads stolen my tongue? I said, be gone! Whatever their troubles are, I'm sure it looks much worse to you than it really is. My work, however, could change history. Go!
Please tell us where to find Otumira.
Ka! You're seeking help from that drunken lout? You'd be better off on your own than with him. But if it gets you out of my scales, you can find him on the southwest edge of the forest near the cliffside. I trust you'll be disappointed.
Better than nothing. We'll look for Otumira.
So far, only half successful. Let's go find Otumira's hut.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to help. Rude. You didn't have to yell at me. Fine, we'll leave you alone. With your rudes. So let's hope Otumira can help. Are they dead?
Don't eat the plate too. Just one more. Those frogs dancing.
Guess he's so drunk that he passed out. Can you hear me?
No knives. Have you shouted? Satulsa.
Yes, we came about Satulsa. Wake up.
No mud puddles for you, sir. Ah, Kayak.
Guess he won't be any help.
No response. I suppose Myrta was right. This is the worst I have ever seen Otumira get. Maybe this is what happens when the life of the party no longer has something to celebrate. Let us see. Wait, I have an idea on how to snap him out of it.
What were you thinking?
A briar that grows out this way might help. The seed is inedible and it smells awful, especially to Argonians. If we get a couple of those, the smell will overwhelm him and wake him up. If anything is going to work, that will.
Sounds good. Where do we find them?
I seem to remember a field of waking seeds grows to the east of here. Gather a handful, then come back. I will keep an eye on this hero of legends in the meantime. I should warn you, some creatures are attracted to the smell. Keep your scales moist.
Huh? So where's this seed? Ah, there's one near Hova. Hey, I need two more. Here's one. And one more. Ah, here we go. Okay, let's wake him up.
You're back. There's, no change here.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say there was a problem.
Kayak, I can already smell them on you. I do not even need to ask. Put them right up to Otumira's nose. Let him get a big old whiff. Hopefully that snaps him right out.
And if it doesn't work?
Well, the only plan I have next is gathering more seeds and shoving them right up his snout. He does not have a choice. Our village needs his help.
Oh, here we go.
That is awful. Oh, what? Who are you?
Need your help.
Oh, what horrific stench of dead mules and fried dung have you thrust upon me? All I wish is a gentle slumber under the open skies and upon the mud. Does not a retired fighter for peace deserve such rest? Speak, brigand!
Come on behalf of the village. Satulsa is dead, and they are under attack.
No, my greatest friend, and I hoped one day my mate, if she would ever agree. Dead? How can I bear such enormous tragedy as this? Lay the facts onto the stone, stranger. Who has earned my unyielding, roiling anger?
Warlord named Naxhosa raids the village and kills its people. They need your help.
A battle against murderers and thieves. These are the types of trials I live for, or at least I used to. I imagine you and the blacksmith wish to join my struggle for freedom and revenge. Join me. I must celebrate, my friend, and test your mettle.
Lead on.
Join me inside. We will see what you're made of.
Ah. Bottle, just random.
Did you really defeat the Daedra Balrith blindfolded?
All right, my newest friend. By joining me, you choose to engage in the challenge of my choice. Only through completing this test of your endurance and stamina shall I know your worth as a warrior. Do you believe yourself prepared?
A drinking contest? If it means you'll join us, I'm ready.
Oh, yes. I can sense that raging fire in your stout heart. I suspect you have slain many a foe in your travels. But if we are to go into battle together, I must put a fire in your belly as well. And so, we're going to do a drinking contest.
You wish to challenge me to drink alcohol?
What else? Show me that you hold the same strong will that makes for the greatest of warriors. Oh, chum, we shall see if you can withstand the greatest of Argonian ales and wines. Plus, this should help numb the rodents gnawing in my head.
Well, if I can outdrink a Nord, I can outdrink an Argonian. Except, how should we begin?
The drinks are in front of me. You may choose what we drink. Be warned, mixing Argonian spirits can fell the stoutest outsider. If you do not believe yourself up to the task, you may leave now. I will call you many rude names as you flee, though.
Let's do this.
Now choose a drink and get started.
All right, I'll give this a try. For the village, right?
Oh, I guess I gotta find the drink with the lowest alcohol limit.
I don't feel so good.
Oh. Well, he passed out. Okay, a perfect drink. Throughout my travels I've come across a great many liberations from both large villages to the humblest of farms. Now that I have time to reflect on my life and the things I have experienced, finding the perfect drink seems like a peaceful way to live out my twilight years. A sharp contrast going from warrior to brewer. I've made some mistakes in my experiments though. Brewing and testing some of these ingredients together has had some unpredictable results. I found, for example, that for as silky and smooth as the gold root wine is, I find myself quite sick if I drink it before anything. Unless I have the red absinthe before it, which seems to cancel out the effects. But I can't drink that unless I have something substantial in my stomach first, such as a handful of berries or a hock of meat, anything to absorb the effects. Recently I've had some success brewing a honey mead, which I combine with a set of herbs from my garden to give it a nice greenish hue. It's perfect for finishing off a night after I've already eaten and had my fill. Sitting out and looking over the valley below with the mug in my hand, this is the life I never thought I would get to see for myself. Growing my own ingredients has been a boon to my work. That said, foraging for wild berries and roots has its own benefits as well. Although it still needs some work, my berry ale benefits from the wild flowers. Every batch is different depending on what I can find, but it always has the same thick, syrupy consistency. Like you could almost eat it rather than drink it. Having it during the day leaves room for little else. So I will make it in small batches to be sure, which is good since I'm reliant on the flora outside for ingredients. I do miss the life of adventure I shared with the rest of the winds, there's no question. But perhaps throughout my work here I can find something new to share with them while we enjoy our remaining years in relative peace and calm. I just need to be mindful of how these drinks go with one another, lest I find myself in an unintentional stupor once again. Okay. I need to eat some berries or a hunk of meat. Okay. Red drink, blue drink, gold drink. So, where are these berries I can eat? So, what drink did he take? I guess we'll just try this. I'm gonna fail.
Ah, good start. But let's see how you do with even more.
So, what did he say was last? I think he said it was green. Okay, and then try red.
Bitter, isn't it? I make that myself, from whatever I find around the hut.
Gold.
Ha! Oh, I thought you'd fall to the ground like good noozle after that one. One more!
Green.
The final one, and still you stand. A will made of true iron you must have. Come, let's speak.
That was just a guess, because he said in the book he has berries, which was the blue. Well, it would have had berries in it. And then he said he has the red before the gold, which nullifies the effects of the gold, which I think had him spewing or whatever. And then lastly was that drink he uses to finish the day, which I think was the green one. Whatever, it worked.
Impressive. Such strength, such power, such a stomach. I did not know they made outsiders who could stand against the might of Argonian ale. Would you like to continue? Not as part of the test, just for a wonderful time.
No, I'm fine. Does this mean you'll join us?
Of course, I was always going to. This test was just to see if I would allow you to join me, or cut you down for waking me up. But you passed. Let us link arms and bring the fight to those who slew my dear Satulsa.
Good, that's 2 of the 3 remaining wins. Hopefully that is enough.
2 of the 3? Let me guess. Myrta refused.
Yep, how did you know?
Do not be fooled. He has a good soul, but his mood is as legendary as my strength. Here, take my banner and place it on the cliff above my hut. He won't be able to stand knowing I'm going into a fight that he isn't. So don't worry. He'll be there.
Ah, goad him into coming.
Have no fear for the blacksmith. Some waking seeds shall fix him up.
You okay?
No, you go ahead. I am just going to stay here for a bit.
Poor guy. You'll be fine. So put it on your roof. Or just over here. Get him to come as well. Yeah. Go back to the village. And kill this warlord. Hopefully with all the 3 wins. There's 2 of them.
Still standing, chum? Legs aren't wobbling from fear or drink? No, I don't suppose I need worry about that for someone with your epic fortitude. Voss, do you see? The villagers join us. Our arrival gives them hope. This is your work.
Will it be enough to defeat Nahosa?
Ho ho, more than enough. These people feel a deep fire in their bellies, but someone needed to fan it until the flames shoot out their mouths. We have done this very thing. And with the addition of 3 winds of Stonewastes, we are unbeatable.
3, but Matar isn't here.
You're right, he isn't here with us, but make no mistake. I spent many turns of the season at his side. He's brash and filled with bees, but you'll find few with stronger character. He'll be here, if he isn't lurking around already.
Let's hope. How many villagers, though?
Ah, you arrive. And you managed to rouse Otumira. An impressive act, especially for an outsider such as yourself. I feel grateful for your efforts in bringing us back together. Now, however, we shall see how you fare in a fight.
Are you ready for what's to come?
Of course I am. How silly to even ask. The winds of Stonewastes have stood up to much worse than a flimsy army and a paper mud crab such as this warlord Nazosa. This will be no trouble.
But somehow they were able to kill Satul Sa.
That is true. Perhaps you are right that I should not underestimate the danger that might be present behind those walls. But by the same token, he should not have killed one of our own. If he sought to frighten the winds, he failed.
I still think in the ruins found something.
It is good to see you. At least I think that is you. I could be having ale visions again. Anyway, you have done it. The winds have reunited, ready for battle. Because you convinced them. Well, 2 of them, at least.
So what's their plan?
Well, as Otumira carried me back to the village, we started discussing you, and how strong, courageous, and wise you are. And attractive, too. Did I mention that?
Okay, what are you getting at?
We hoped you might join their assault on the ruins, help drive out Nazosa and his dry-scaled thugs. There needs to be a 4th wind. That's what the legend tells us. If you join them with this, they cannot fail. Plus, I will pay you more.
Okay, I'll join them. When do we start?
Lead the charge when you are ready, outsider. The winds will be at your back.
Well, let's go kill him.
Once again I fight by your side, Otumira. My scales have itched for this moment.
Let your blades sing their horrible song, Elosi. I delight in the tune.
Hopefully they don't die.
We are under attack! Those dumb villagers think they can take us! Hold the line, you cowards!
My friend,
and
up
protect
here.
those weapons!
I have need of you.
We will kill you because you attacked first.
Oh, I can feel the power surging in me once again. Such a battle. Do you think you can help me with this thing? In my youth, I could topple 3 such pillars with a swift kick, but all things age, even me.
Why do you want to push it over?
Why does anyone want to push anything over? To smash stuff, of course. You outsiders ask such ridiculous questions. I want the catapults below in splinters. So yes, I can push this most of the way. I just need your extra shove to finish the task.
Okay, I'll help.
Oh, I was hatched ready, you hilarious Deekbeako. Here we go!
Love his enthusiasm.
A crushing like none other! Now hurry, seek out Nazosa.
Alright. So where's Nazosa?
Psst. Outsider. Over here. Quickly.
What's up?
Look. Up above us. Prisoners from the village kept for sick entertainment. How many of them are thought dead, never to return home? I can release them, but I'll need your help.
What do you need from me?
You see those pulleys up there? They control the cell doors. I can cut them, but someone needs to open the grate in front of them. Under the southwest tree, you'll find a crank. Turning it will open the grate. Then, I can free them.
That's pretty high. Can you get up there?
Ha. Don't worry. This I can manage. Just open the grate for me so I can work.
I'll get it open.
Once you turn the crank, I can reach the other, and the cell should unlock.
Crank. Okay. So where is she going? I don't know. The crank was here. Killer! Good job, Bastion. Okay, the pulley. He's doing it.
We're free. I never thought to see the day. Thank you.
He goes to the city.
Continue the fight! Remove these pests from our home!
On it. Cool, we freed the villagers. Where do I go now? This way? Oh, this traps weren't for me. And I'm slowed. Let's kill the warlord.
Ah, finally you show. Boss, I have need of you.
What do you mean? Finally you show up. What's in there?
Perhaps you are surprised to see me here ahead of you? Mirta has many secret abilities that baffle the unlearned. But you reached this far on your own, so I am impressed. I would ask your assistance in my attempts to clean out our guests.
I thought you weren't joining us.
Oh, please. You knew I would show the moment you placed that banner. Did you really think I'd let Otumi Ra revel in all the glory by himself? Rubbish. He knows that he's useless without me here.
What are you doing?
I think I know how Nazosa killed Satul Sa. Do you see these weapons? Some mammal liquor enchanted them. With these, a handful of limp fins could fell the strongest of warriors. This is how they killed Satul Sa, and mean to kill the other winds.
So they cheated. How can we stop them?
We destroy them, of course, but I need the binding word for the enchantment. I refuse to leave these weapons alone, so you need to retrieve it. There's a library of sorts just to the east. Search through the books in there, and you should find it.
So that's what changed. Enchanted weapons. Destroy them all.
Look for a scroll that was recently manhandled by brutes.
Okay. Die.
Taste our steel!
Where is it? Here. So yeah, they cheated when they killed Sato-sa.
I should have come down here more often when I lived in the village. These tomes are out of date, certainly, but an interesting history. Well, I suppose we're in a battle and shouldn't delay. Did you find the binding word?
Yep, I believe this is it.
Ah, astute. There is hope for you yet. I'll make sure these weapons trouble us no more. Now we can land the final blow, and the warlord won't have a counter.
So, what do you suggest?
Remove his symbol of authority. Walk into his chambers and pull down his banners. That way, his troops will know he is broken. If they don't outright turn on themselves, they'll likely steal what they can and flee. Hired hands are fickle.
Yep, let's do it.
Now then, let me see what I can do with these.
Cool. Okay.
Servants of Dagon.
Uh-oh, Dagon.
We took everything else. Time to take your lives. We earned what we have here.
Did you? Killing innocent people? Huh? You will die. You didn't earn anything. Okay. And now that the warlord is dead, burn his banners.
The banner burns! Warlord Nazosa has fallen! Scatter! Everyone for themselves! Grab what you can.
Cowards. Go back to the village. Now that we've killed the warlord, the prisoners are safe.
They did it! The bandits flee!
The village belongs to us again. Sing for the winds.
Sun, bless the winds. They freed us.
With my help.
I offer my upright claws in gratitude for your assistance in freeing the villagers. No creature should remain imprisoned like that, away from their kin. Stonewastes stands free due to your efforts. Keep your motives hidden. Soak in the praise.
What does the future hold for you?
The future? I know of no such thing. Today, I will help the village rebuild. I quite like the hidden life out in the woods, but perhaps it was not the life I was meant to live. The shadows are an absence, where the light brings life.
There you are! Do you hear the cheers raining upon us like rain? But warm rain that moistens the scales and makes such soft muds. They call out for the winds, but that includes you, my friendly killing wanderer. Do not forget what you did.
What will you do now?
Come on now. I suspect the knowledge of what I plan lurks within your strange but impressive belly. I will drink, we all will, for many, many nights. Then, perhaps, I will finally choose a student.
And how will you do that?
Feats of strength. Or perhaps I will test their knowledge of the most offensive words in Gel. No warrior can ignite their sinew without shouting something horrible. Until then, I know the village is safe. This satisfies me.
Yep. Maybe they should all choose a successor.
Ah, it's you. I see you made it through relatively unscathed, and you managed to follow my instructions. Twice. I saw the banner burn. Quite the accomplishment for someone who consistently puts themselves on death's threshold.
Yep, I do that a lot. This was once your life not long ago.
Such an upstart bog dog. You know nothing of the journey of Mirta. Yes, I did face death on a frequent basis, but you have seen my power. Nothing can stand tall before me. Also, I had companionship back then. We fought for peace. It was good.
So why not continue doing that? What will you do now?
Without delay, I will return to my studies. Now that I know the library within the ruins holds treasures, I expect to spend many days there. However, perhaps I should renew my bonds with the other winds and train someone new. The peace must be kept.
Good.
Here you stand, the stranger who drifted through the mud to save us. And to think, I assumed you were a crow come to pick our bones. We can live in peace once again, and the legend of the winds will continue.
Do you think the winds will remain together?
Who can ever guess the wind's direction? But I choose to believe so. We reminded them of their strength when they worked together. I suppose you came for the promised reward. From my claws to my tail, I say this in earnest. You deserve this.
I'd never do it for the reward.
I do not think we will have much trouble rebuilding. Plenty of supplies in the marsh. And of course, we have the best blacksmith who ever wallowed to craft our tools. My spine feels electric from all this hope. Not quite used to it.
What will you do now?
After we rebuild the village and I know we are truly safe, I may start selling my wares in other towns. Go north to Dryskin Lands. I want to be like the winds, traveling around, taking in the sights. Living a better life.
Oh, wish you luck. But yeah, I never do it for the reward, but must feed myself somehow. Well, at least the winds will finally choose their successors. So I'm going to end this one here, and we'll continue questing in the next one. Thanks for watching.